Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host, Frank the Vamp, feeling a lot better. I have my Bloodstone pillow with me, meaning that we are continuing our Dracula with Christopher Lee Hammer Films reviews. And tonight we're going to the end. There's two more films going on, two more films that happened. We have today Dracula A.D. 1972. Um, so you're Hammer, right? You done pretty much. Imagine if you're Hammer. You're Hammer Film Productions. You're done pretty much everything when it comes to reviving Dracula back in the in the 18th century, 19th century. You're doing you're going to the Dark Ages. You've done all that you can with the character. So what's the next logical step? Why not bring it into a modern world? And did that idea work? Well, it does and it doesn't. Um, this film definitely does have some problems, but Peter Cushing is back, and oh man, I was so excited to watch this film, and I tell you, is I just recently watched it for the first time. I never seen it, or I thought I seen parts of it, but I finally got to see it, and I was glad to see it because it's a good film. And the plot goes like this. Right off the bat, you see Van Helsing and Dracula fighting on top of the high-speed coach, back in 1872. And there's an accident which they're both badly injured, but Dracula and Van Helsing, which they're fighting on top of the coach. But Dracula pretty much gets one of the wheels stuck to his chest. I mean, he's practically impaled himself due to the accident. And then, with the last remaining strength, Van Helsing goes there and finishes the job and kills Dracula while also perishing himself due to the injuries. Um, we fast forward 100 years, we find out that Dracula's servants' descendants have saved the ashes and blood and Dracula's ring and things like that, and wants to bring it back. The twist is that this time it's done by hippies. It's the 70s, and yeah, it's gonna be hippies. So, like I said, Alan Gibson directed this with Christopher Lee starring and Peter Cushing, and you know, that's basically the hippies. One of them, it's a Satanist. It's like a servant, a descendant of the serpent, and wants to bring him back with a black mass, and things pretty much progress from there. And when they do succeed, pretty much without spoiling much, because it's Dracula's back, of course. But the basically, the movie is carried by both Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. I mean, they could have done so much with this movie. Put Christopher Lee on the presence, on the present. Making face. The kind of a fish out of water type of thing, where he has to face not only Van Helsing but also modern society. But that chance is kind of lost because as we know, unfortunately, because there's not much in it. And even though the movie is slow to build, Peter Cushing just kicks ass, man. He looks so great as a vampire, even though he's older. He does it perfectly. He works hard for this part. I like the guy who also plays Alucard, which is Dracula's servant. Let me see his name here. Is Christopher Neame, and the girl Stephanie Beckham. She's awesome. She's beautiful. Um, yeah, I did enjoy the film. I can't say I did not enjoy it as much as Taste the Blood of Dracula, which is my favorite sequel. However, it kicked ass in a main way because the when Lee and Cushing are on the screen together, it's gold. It's so awesome. I mean, the movie works great on that sense. It's interesting, he tried to convince the police about it, and it's tough because nobody wants to believe Van Helsing, but he kind of convinces a policeman there. So it has cool stuff, Like I said, it was a missed chance to use the besides the hippies and the partying and the weed and it's just not a lot of usage of the present age. So yeah, I think it's still just because Peter Cushing is back, we've been wanted on the series, and I like this film. I definitely recommend it. It's not the best, but I think um, it's a product of its time. It's enjoyable. This gets a B to B plus. Yeah, it's a little not as great as the Taste of Blood of Dracula, but pretty good. Love Cushing. Some people really enjoyed this film just because of them too, and they should be. So this is a must watch for any Dracula fan, any Christopher Lee fan, any Peter Cushing fan. Definitely must watch. A very entertaining film. It has flaws, but it's good enough to watch, I think. So there you go. So on a nutshell, if you like it, tell me why. If you didn't like it, tell me as well. Please subscribe, 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 and yeah, one more film to go. The Satanic Rites of Dracula. Stay tuned for next film. Subscribe, subscribe. Take it easy. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.